Hi guys, James at Rampant Lion Reviews again for you today with another beer review. For this one we are going to head down to Bristol in the southwest of England, which is a pretty good craft beer city these days. And for this one we're going to return to the Moor Beer Company, who I've had some really good experiences with in the past. Although if I remember rightly, this is only the second time I'm filming a review of theirs for you. So for this one we've got quite an interesting beer. This one is called the Ray of Light. It comes in at 8% ABV, double IPA, and it is supposedly hopped with Citra and Nelson Sauvin, so it should be pretty damn good actually. Two of my favourite hops. I love a bit of Citra, and Nelson Sauvin, you know, probably if I had to pick a favourite hop, Nelson Sauvin would be one of those. I really love grape juice. You've seen me on the channel talk about how I love oranges and Amarillo and Mosaic and things like that, but I really do love the Nelson Sauvin hop as well. It really is pretty damn awesome. So hopefully you guys enjoy my take on this beer, and hopefully it's a good one as well. So anyway, as is usual with my reviews then, I'll tell you a little bit about the brewery quickly. If you want to get straight to the tasting, just fast forward. All the usual links are in the description below. That's the brewery website, the link to my other reviews that I've done from the Moor Beer Company before. No doubt I will do some more in the near future. There's all the usual social media. If you want to see more beer reviews, do please consider subscribing to the channel. The whole channel of course uses a geography based tagging system, so you can go into the home page and search for beer based on country, city or state, whatever it is you're interested in. Do check out the playlist of beers from different countries. There is one there for all the English beers that I've reviewed for you, and that's constantly being added to. And please do get in touch and let me know some of the other beers and breweries that you guys would like to see me review. It's always great to hear from you guys that are watching the videos, and the support that you show the channel is hugely appreciated. So anyway, let's tell you a little bit about the Moor Beer Company then. So as I told you before, Moor Beer Company are based in Bristol, and they were taken over in 2007 by Californian Justin Hawk and his wife Mary Ann. So the company is named after the Levels and Moor area of Somerset where the company originated, and Justin actually has a military background, and he learned to brew back in 1995 in San Francisco, and this was having to return to the US from Germany. So he says that he really likes the philosophy of German naturally hazy beer, if that makes sense, and he likes to combine that with the sort of US flavour forward approach. So they moved to central Bristol in 2014 to a premises just behind the Temple Meads railway station, and this is where they also have a tap room and shop of course, so it's somewhere you do need to check out if you find yourself down in Bristol. A really nice bar that they have there. I checked that out when I went down to Bristol for an interview at the university there. That was for what I was actually doing up here in Durham as well actually, but it was a really nice bar, and I do hope that I can get down there and check that out at some point as well. But a really good brewery, this one. I've had some very good experiences with these guys in the past, so if you want to learn more about the brewery and the different beers that they do, make sure you check out the brewery website in the description below. But they've got a few different series of beers, just to mention those for you. There's the Session Pales, the Session Ambers, the Full Flavoured series, the Dark Side series, and they've also got their limited editions as well. From what I understand, this one is a limited edition. There was somewhere, I'm sure, that said this was the beer that they released for the Last Jedi, the Star Wars film, so it should be quite an interesting one. So yeah, that's all you need to know about the brewery just now, and we'll get on to the tasting. So like I say, I think this beer was released for the Star Wars film, the Last Jedi. Comes in 8% ABV, hopped with Citra and Nelson Sauvin, so it should be really nice. There you can see the standard Moor Beer Company artwork on this one. It says on the back here, our condition with a live yeast. It doesn't give you any specific description of this particular beer, but yeah, nicely presented, and I do like these little Moor Beer cans. So without further ado, let's get it out and we'll get on with the tasting then. So you can smell some of that nice mango coming out of the beer as you open up the can. Nice hazy looking beer as well as we bring it out. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, as you can see, and as you would expect from an IPA, it actually almost looks a little bit like a kind of New England IPA. You can smell some of these lovely green grapey characters coming out as well, but that's a really dark looking IPA. It's almost like a murky brown. It is edging on the edge of a sort of earthy browny colour. There's a solid finger of a frothy, kind of creamy, very slightly beige coloured head on that. One or two big bubbles sticking towards the side of the glass, and quite a few little ones just going up towards the bottom of the head there. But overall it looks really nice, and you can see one or two little bits of sediment there, and you can smell some of these lovely juicy fruity notes coming off it. So let's take a closer look at the aroma then and see how we get on. Oh, the aroma of that is really nice. So yeah, straight up you're getting the mangoes. you're getting that lovely kind of citra mango note. There's a little bit of lychee and maybe kind of pineapple or papaya or something in there as well, but you can smell that Nelson Sauvin green grapey character just backing that up. It's such a distinctive hop. Nelson Sauvin, it's really in demand as well, I think, you know, because it's produced in New Zealand only in a certain area, from what I remember. And you know, it's just, there's so many people want a hold of some Nelson Sauvin. It's quite hard for craft brewers to get a hold of it unless you're going to order a big bulk of it, of course. And some of the big breweries tend to dominate that. But you can really smell that lovely green grapey character to this one. But like I say, there's mangoes in there, a little bit of pineapple and papaya or something like that. And you can also pick up the sort of lychees. You can pick up these kind of complexities that you're going to get from the citra. The citra is mainly a nice kind of mango flavour, or mango aroma, I should say. And then you start to get little complexities of it. But other than that, this beer's got it's got a nice bit of floral and grassy character, which is part and parcel of being an IPA. And underneath you can smell a little bit of bready character, and there's a wee bit of a sort of caramelly, biscuity, maybe slightly grainy thing going on as well. But yeah, it smells really, really nice. I just love that Nelson Sauvin aroma. It's one of my favourite hops. Keep going on about it. But yeah, as I always say, just take a little bit of time and enjoy the aroma of your beer before you get stuck in. But let's have a go at this one now. So this one is the Ray of Light from Moor Beer Company down in Bristol. Let's get stuck in. Slàinte, skål. Yeah. Straight away, you notice with this, it's a pretty damn good quality beer. There's no getting away with that, and you know, that's something you do come to expect from Moor Beer, to be quite honest. The way the hops come out in this one is just really nice. The malt base is pretty straight up. I mean, across the middle of your palate you've got a little bit of bready character there. As the flavour mellows out, it smooths out, it recedes a little bit, and you get a little bit of a kind of biscuity note as well, which is really quite nice. But the malt base on this one is kind of straight up, and I do remember the last Moor beer that I had being quite like that as well. But yeah, it's a nice IPA. It covers the alcohol strength quite well. You do get a little bit of boozy warmth from it, but it does cover its alcohol pretty well. I mean, 8%, it's not meant to be a New England IPA, this one, definitely not. But you can get, it's definitely got a little bit of wheat malt in it, you can detect that with it. But it does cover the alcohol quite well, I would say. If it was going to be a New England IPA, 8% is when you're starting to get to the edge of what you can cover properly without adding a little bit of caramel and things like that. But it's a really nice, in terms of IPAs and hoppiness and things, this is really good. So if you get the chance to try this beer, definitely have a go at it. But yeah, on the hoppy side of things with this one then, yeah. Back corners of the palate, it's got a nice, dark, quite spicy, dank, floral, aromatic character. As you come further forward, it mellows out a little bit and it just becomes that little bit more spicy. And round the front curve of your palate, you've got that nice, sort of lighter, kind of grassy feel to the beer. And as the flavour progresses, you can feel the Nelson Sauvin coming out. You can feel some of those green grapey qualities and a little bit of that kind of lychee flavour that you would expect from the citra that's in the beer as well. If you just go behind the front curve of the palate, that's where you get this little oily bubble where all these nice kind of juicy fruity esters start to come out of the beer. So with this one, you can feel there's a little tiny touch of grapefruit just underpinning that. Then you start to get the mangoes. You start to get these nice mango flavours from the citra, and on top of that, that's when the Nelson Sauvin, those nice kind of green, sort of white grapey flavours start to come out. It's really nice, that. And then later you can feel the lychees and a little bit of the almost papaya, lemon, limey sort of flavours coming out in this one. It's really nice. It's a very straight up beer in terms of double IPAs, but it does what it aims to do very, very well, I think. And I think on Rate Beer this one was rated 88 or so. I'd say it's maybe, this beer's probably maybe more into the low 90s in terms of their scale. I think it's well into the kind of 4 stars on Untappd as well. But for me, I really quite like it. But like I say, I might be a little bit biased in that rating because I love both the hops in this beer. The Nelson Sauvign's one of my favourites, and the Citra I really enjoy as well. But it's the way to describe this one, I think, is a very straight up double IPA that kind of does what it says on the tin, if you like, and they've just done it well, and that's what you expect from Moor Beer. So if you like their other IPAs, I think you pretty much are going to enjoy this one. But definitely for fans of Citra and Nelson Sauvign, or either or, you certainly are going to enjoy this. It's kind of got the treat for both, but the Nelson Sauvign, I think, comes out a little bit later in the flavour, but a really nice beer, this one. And to be fair, as the beer starts to warm up a little, I'd say the Nelson Sauvign starts to push back, and you do start to get a little bit more of those grapey flavours coming out of it. But yeah, in terms of the mouthfeel then, I would say mid-bodied. Carbonation's quite smooth. It's a little oily, but overall it's quite a smooth beer, this one. It does have a little bit of wetness to it. Good hoppy bitterness to this beer. The IBUs in this beer, I think, are pretty high. It's got a nice juicy fruity character as well. The malt base mainly is smooth. There's a little bit of sweetness to it, but mainly it is quite a smooth kind of malt base, I would say. But overall, like I say, really good beer. Similar in feel to the other Moor beers that I've had, and it's very good quality. Definitely for fans of the Nelson Sauvign and the Citra hop. It just does what it aims to do very well, and I think that's a good way to kind of sign off on this beer. So yeah, the Ray of Light double IPA with Citra and Nelson Sauvign from Moor Beer Company in Bristol, really pretty damn good. So yeah, once again, thank you for watching my beer reviews. Until the next time, please like, subscribe, share, all the usual YouTube stuff. Let me know your own thoughts on this beer in the comment section below. Let me know what your favourite beers are from the Moor Beer Company, and let me know what some other breweries and beers are from the kind of Bristol area that I should have a look at, because I know there's some really good stuff down there these days. So do get in touch and let me know about that. But thank you once again for watching. Check out all my social media and things, and I will catch you guys very soon. The Ray of Light, a double IPA from Moor Beer Company down in Bristol. It lands just now, and I will catch you guys very soon. Cheers.